The Painting and Decorating Foundation and the Wall and Ceiling Industry Advancement Fund have been honoring the achievements of our contractor members through the Finishing Touch Awards for many years now. And despite the unique challenges presented to us in 2020, the show must go on. It's our continuing privilege to recognize the hard work, determination, and achievements of the men and women of the St. Louis painting and wall finishing industry. As usual, selecting the winners was extremely difficult, and razor-thin margins separated the contestants in several of our categories. Tasked with choosing those winners, a distinguished panel of industry professionals whose names have become synonymous with these awards. Charles Bell, Principal, Charles Bell Architects. Tom Finan, Executive Director of the St. Louis Construction Industry Forum. John Buckles, Apprentice Instructor, Painters District Council 58. Craig Hood, Director of Training for the Carpenters District Council of St. Louis and Kansas City. And Dr. John Gall, former Director of Workforce Development for the Carpenters District Council of St. Louis and Kansas City. Contest entries were evaluated on a project's level of difficulty, performance of the craftwork, attention to detail, and the realization of unique designs. We now present the winners of the 2020 Finishing Touch Awards. Leading off this year is commercial exterior painting, where Thomas Industrial Coatings claims first place for its work on the iconic dome at Jesse Hall at the University of Missouri in Columbia. Thomas was charged with renovating the metal sheathing that acts as Jesse Hall's exterior skin. Thomas's crew installed scaffolding from the base of the roof's dome tower to its peak to access the high work. Another lower scaffold was erected to serve as a staging area for all the trades engaged in the project. Built in 1895, Jesse Hall towers over Mizzou's historic columns that are the last remaining remnants of the original campus that was destroyed by fire in 1892. Thomas Industrial Coatings executed multiple mobilizations while significant structural repairs were performed on the building. Just 3 painters power washed, abraded, prepped, primed and finished more than 13,000 square feet of surfaces in only 40 days. Outstanding accomplishment by Thomas Industrial Coatings. An honorable mention is awarded in exterior commercial painting to Paintsmiths of St. Louis for its graphics installations at the new City Foundry Complex in Midtown. The scope of Paintsmith's work included the application of graphics in the parking garage and the Foundry's food hall. Judge John Buckholz was particularly impressed with the precision with which the graphics were installed, commenting that while it appears to be a relatively straightforward process, it is in fact a very demanding, unforgiving procedure that requires a high level of skill and craftsmanship. Congratulations to Paintsmiths of St. Louis for its graphic works at City Foundry. Let's reveal the winners in our commercial drywall framing and hanging category now and discover that TJ Weiss picks up first place for installing over 3 million square feet of drywall at SSM's St. Louis University Hospital on South Grant. To meet the demands of a modern medical facility, TJ Weiss mounted a range of light gauge framing techniques and wallboard types, including high impact, abuse resistance, and lead-lined drywall. The radius framing in the 2-story commons area produces a dazzling focal point upon entering the building. Another somewhat unique aspect of the SLU project is that the individual patient bathrooms were constructed as pods off-site, moved to the hospital, and then installed like fixtures. TJ Weiss's special touches included the use of large quantities of preformed drywall shapes for radius soffits, window wraps, and bulkheads. Premium trim caps were installed as high-end window to drywall terminations to limit sound and fire transmission at separation walls in corridors and common areas. The judges were particularly impressed with the precision with which TJ's carpenters carried out this plethora of architectural details. First place work indeed from TJ Weiss. Second place in drywall framing and hanging is gathered in by Weiss Drywall for its undertaking at 100 Above the Park, the newest high-rise in the Central West End. Weiss Drywall installed over 1.5 million square feet of gypsum board in this distinctive design overlooking Forest Park, working in winter, summer, Then winter again. Weather played havoc with the progress of this project. Weather-sensitive materials challenged Weiss Drywall to summon its best efforts to battle the elements in bringing this job to fruition. Sheathing the exterior of the building from swing stages while keeping pace with the interior drywall installation, Weiss Drywall met the brutal schedule and triumphed over whatever Mother Nature could throw at them. Nice job, Weiss Drywall. Commercial floor finishing takes the spotlight now, and Paintsmiths of St. Louis and Show Me Industrial Services takes first place for their floor finishing feats at City Foundry. Following the owner's wishes to preserve the foundry's industrial elements, Paintsmiths and Show Me were charged with salvaging various types of floors such as brick, metal grating, and different types of concrete. A multitude of patching materials were used to smooth out the floors, removing trip hazards, to produce a base for clear epoxy to visually expose existing flooring elements. Techniques were tailored not just from room to room, but to specific areas within each room to achieve the desired result. Steve Smith of the Lawrence Group architectural firm and one of the principals of City Foundry had expressed a desire to be able to somehow honor his father, the late Bill Smith, the patriarch of the Smith family painting business, on this project. Paintsmiths secured a plaque honoring Bill and installed it in the floor at the City Foundry as a surprise for Steve. Pretty cool. Paintsmiths of St. Louis and Show Me Industrial Services. Honorable mention in floor finishing goes to Leach Painting for its very nice work on this 20,000 square foot privately owned auto storage facility and maintenance shop. The converted concrete tilt-up building can house up to 60 cars, 30 of which can be racked and stacked. Leach's mechanics set about their business to prep, fill, and grind the floor to receive a primer coat and then a urethane top coat, which gives it that new car shine. Good job, Leach Painting. Let's move to industrial structures now, where Coatings Unlimited garners first place for its intimidating undertaking at the Metropolitan Sewer District's Lower Merrimack Humidity Control Project in South County. About 10 years after completion of work on MSD's Baumgartner Tunnel and Lift Station, high humidity and water intrusion from cracks in concrete walls on the 90-foot diameter, 117-foot deep lift station began to cause widespread corrosion to metal and concrete surfaces. Coatings Unlimited was hired to remediate the damage and apply a new coating system to stop future harm to the shaft. After almost 8,000 pieces of scaffolding were erected, Coatings Unlimited began the process of pressure washing the concrete, then chipping out construction joints and cracks with jackhammers. Using a 3-part, proprietary, non-soluble crystalline waterproofing mixture of Portland cement, sand, and active chemicals, Coatings Unlimited ensured that joints and cracks would not pose a leak problem in the future. An impressive undertaking with serious results by Coatings Unlimited. Second place in industrial structures is awarded to Thomas Industrial Coatings for its pipe and tank repair project at the Defense Fuel Supply Point in Charleston, South Carolina. Thomas was charged with the full renovation of an existing lead-contaminated fuel pipeline and 4 40-foot tall, 120-foot diameter fuel tanks at this military jet fuel storage facility. Thomas's paint crews swarm the pipeline, which traverses the facility, beginning at the fuel terminal, running through a marsh, and ending at a pier. They contained, blasted, and repainted the entire length of the pipeline according to stringent government specifications. Work on the fuel tanks included abrasive blasting to near white on the 4 tank exteriors, while also blasting the interior of 2 of the tanks. Battling high humidity and even a tropical storm, Thomas Industrial Coatings completed its tasks with skill and precision as usual. Nice job. Picking up an honorable mention in this category is Thomas Industrial Coatings for its work on the Casey Pedestrian Overpass in Mount Vernon, Illinois. While not nearly the size and scope of most of Thomas's undertakings, this project impressed the judges for its attention to detail and crisp, clean finish work. The contract called for lead abatement and a fresh 3-coat paint system. Challenges on the project included vehicle and pedestrian traffic control and lead abatement in a populated area. Nice work by Thomas Industrial Coatings. Drywall finishing is our next category, where TJ Weiss claims top prize for its remarkable execution at the Blessing Medical Office Building in Quincy, Illinois. The highlight of this project is the sweeping curvilinear ceiling in the main lobby, 47 feet above the floor. A laser layout system was used to exactly place the soffit assembly so that it precisely integrates with the acoustical ceiling's custom radius trims. That stunning visual effect is carried on in the 700 linear feet of soffits and fascias found in the corridors, public seating, and reception areas throughout the building. The judges were immediately impressed with the level of fine finish work on the various types of drywall used. Reception areas feature stacked and curved intersecting fascias whose serpentine lines are perfectly matched to adjacent decorative linear wood ceilings. TJ Weiss applied state-of-the-art craftsmanship to its drywall finishing at the Blessing Medical Building in Quincy, and they walk away with first place. Second place in drywall finishing goes to TJ Weiss for finishing touches on SSM St. Louis University Hospital on South Grand. The size of the project kept TJ's Tapers busy for just over 2 years, finishing over 3 million square feet of board and consuming almost 1/3 million man-hours. Challenges included a sweeping, upward curving soffit and fascia in the 2-story commons area, radius corridors with backlit ceilings, natural lighting bathing large wall areas, and a multitude of drywall products, each demanding unique finishing characteristics. Neither the size nor the scope of the project intimidated TJ Weiss and its team of tapers. Well done indeed. Moving to our commercial wall covering category, we find that Paintsmiths of St. Louis lays claim to the top prize for its meticulous placement of new wall coverings at Belle Reve Country Club. Paintsmiths was challenged to painstakingly remove existing coverings and multiple types of glue, then apply a level 5 wall finish to provide a near flawless base over which to install the new products. One of the products is a $13,000 hand-painted mural wall covering that demanded the highest level of precision during installation. Paintsmiths spent over 300 man-hours just to prepare the various surfaces found throughout the club. The very subtle patterns require precise placement in multiple locations, such as entryways, corridors, and dining rooms. This precision work carried out with state-of-the-art efficiency by Paintsmiths of St. Louis. Second place in commercial wall covering goes to Smith Pro Commercial Painting for its project at Ultimate Software in Westport. Smith Pro, working under an aggressive schedule, installed more than 400 yards of custom murals. The wall coverings represent barn wood, brick walls, dry erase boards, sports, and sports venues. Starting with a level 5 finish as the base, Smith Pro's painters set about their task in typical high-level exactitude, meeting every challenge with a degree of professionalism that is the standard of our industry. Nice job. Time for us to reveal the winners in the interior commercial painting category now, and Leach Painting snags first place for its exceptional work at First Form, a Fenton-based sports nutrition company. The scope of the project required Leach to paint out the complete interior of this brand new facility that includes a 222-seat training auditorium, 16 fully integrated Zoom rooms, a podcast studio, common areas, offices, a locker room, and a 16,000 square foot gymnasium, complete with an NBA-sized basketball court and weight room. The judges were seriously impressed with Leach's attention to detail, their ability to react to changing circumstances, including a tight schedule, and their flawless execution. Leach's meticulous preparations allowed its paintwork to flow seamlessly throughout this project, while protecting critical building components and the work of other trades. First place performance by Leach Painting. Second place in interior commercial painting is awarded to Bazan Painting for its very nice finishing touches at St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Bonne Terre. Bazan was tasked with cleaning and prepping the interior prior to painting, including extensive patching and repair in the over 100-year-old church. Lead paint abatement was performed wherever flaking, loose paint was encountered. Layout and installation of accent colors preceded large areas of freehand painting from the altar to the choir loft. Bazan's painters also installed a graphics package throughout the sanctuary, including the barrel ceiling over the altar and seating areas in the main aisle. Stenciling the curved walls behind the altar demanded the highest degree of attention and painstaking execution. This is very nice work indeed by Bazan Painting. The judges awarded an honorable mention in the interior painting group to All American Painting for its recently completed work on the new natatorium at John Burroughs School in West County. All America's crew applied a white epoxy base coat with a urethane finish on the ceiling over the pool, then sprayed and back-rolled block filler on the concrete block walls. The walls were then finished with a water-based catalyzed epoxy prior to layout and painting of the accent stripes. All American Painting, with no margin for error, made sure their work was right the first time. Paintsmiths of St. Louis picks up an honorable mention as well for its nice treatments at the headquarters of Rung for Women, a nonprofit organization that helps women achieve sustained independence. Part historic renovation, part new construction, Rung for Women allowed paintsmiths to exhibit its artistic flexibility in preserving historic elements while modifying and contrasting vibrant colors and sleek finishes to achieve a striking, light-filled, modern industrial look. Mission accomplished for Paintsmiths of St. Louis. Bazan Painting steps forward now to claim first place in industrial buildings painting. Bazan was hired by an Alabama design build contractor to act as one of its prime subs for its renovation of an old General Motors manufacturing facility in Tanner, Alabama. The 300,000 square foot building sat vacant for over 10 years prior to its renewal as a specialty manufacturing operation and high-end laser cutting and welding facility. Bazan's work began with a hot water power washing of the building's interior, followed by diamond grinding concrete floors to even out multiple variations of different flooring systems installed over the decades. Once the floor prep was completed, they were coated with a high-build, aggregate-filled epoxy and urethane. Since this new flooring system had to be installed early in the project, other trades were required to outfit their various vehicles with oil-drip diapers and tire covers to protect Bazan's work. In all, thousands of gallons of oil-based dry-fall enamel, an epoxy urethane floor system, and countless hours of coordination and conflict resolution were employed by Bazan Painting on this major manufacturing showpiece in Tanner, Alabama. Congratulations. Our last category of the presentation is special effects and faux finishes, where Thomas Industrial Coatings picks up second place for its special treatments on two newly constructed bridges in Morgan County, Indiana. Thomas's contract called for the power washing and application of surface sealer and anti-graffiti guard to almost 40,000 square feet of concrete surfaces, including piers, superstructure, railings, and mechanically stabilized earth walls. Indiana DOT's vision was to make wall elements look like brick or limestone. Thomas's painters methodically laid out the pattern on the stamped prefabricated walls and then applied the appropriate colored stain to produce the desired look. In the case of the brick pattern, a grid was created and marked with tape to indicate the bricks to receive offsetting colors. Very nice work indeed by Thomas Industrial Coatings. Our first place winner in special effects and faux finishes goes to TJ Weiss for its range of special effects on Eureka High School's new STEM edition. The effects range from the terracotta system on the exterior skin of the building, to the aluminum column covers, to the various suspended ceiling systems featuring either wood or metallic finishes. The ceilings are suspended by a torsion spring grid that allows for easy removal for future access. The ceiling in the entry lobby is a faux wood product. The sides of the baffles are perforated and their interior stuffed with recycled cotton to attenuate sound. In the student breakout areas, the baffles are metallic and suspended underneath the royal purple colors of Eureka High. Outside, TJ Weiss installed 7,300 square feet of the terracotta rain screen wall system, as well as the 20 aluminum column covers ranging in height from 11 to 30 feet tall. The compressed schedule required precision planning and materials ordering, leaving little margin for error. And as usual, TJ Weiss rose to the challenge and produced this remarkable achievement at Eureka High School. Well, that brings our 2020 Finishing Touch Awards to an end. Thank you to our contracting community for continuing to participate in this event. Thank you for your dedication and continuing pursuit of excellence. Thank you also to the trade members of Painters District Council 58 and the Carpenters District Council of St. Louis and Kansas City. Your standards set a high bar for excellence and inspire your members to greater achievement. And as always, we extend our deep appreciation to our supplier members for their support, service, and assistance.